Hello there. Welcome to session 2 of The Power of Imagination. In session 1, we saw the introduction to the power of imagination, then the definition and methodology. In methodology, there are three steps. The first step is relax the body and mind before clearly imagining what you want. Then imagine clearly what you want. Then have trust in the process. Visualize as though whatever you want is already materialized. Feel it with the help of all your, perceive it through all the senses, very clearly, vividly. Till it becomes clear, keep doing it again and again. This is what we saw. Now we will go to session 2. Continuation of methodology only. Okay. So, what is that? We will see that we are on three steps. Then I want to deal with brainstorming. Brainstorming is a technique which is very useful technique used in very big organization to resolve their problems. A huge organization having a lot of workers and factory in Bombay, okay, they had a severe labor turnover problem. It's a very specialized job. The laborers were trained 6 months, 8 months to a year. Then after 1 or 2 years, they leave the organization. It's a very huge hidden cost to recruit people, train them, ensure that they start producing quality products. It is very high cost. So they tried so many things. They say that increase the canteen facility, improve the air conditioning of the working station, pick up and drop them, all that thing, everything they tried and nothing happened, nothing worked. Then they resort to brainstorming. In brainstorming, there are two cardinal rules. One, people are supposed to, you should encourage people to come out with their ideas, however silly it might look like. Nobody should stop anybody coming with any ideas, irrespective of however silly it looks like. Second one is, you and somebody will take note of this ideas. In the wall, the posters will be there, they will keep writing it so that the same idea is not repeated. These two are the conditions. So nobody should criticize or condemn any idea, however silly it looks like. And second one is take note of it and put it at the poster in the wall so that the people who are Then the second rule is the people who are involved with the problem, they should be there. And second one is one or two strangers to the problem should also be involved. The people who don't know anything about the problem, so that they can come with fresh ideas, right? So not only the organizational members who are connected to the problem, they were there in the brainstorming session, and two strangers, totally not related to the area of operation, they were also called. So the brainstorming session started in a relaxed way. People started giving various ideas. It were all written down in a sheet which is pasted on the wall. Then one person, the stranger, said that why people are leaving. Okay, because they have legs, cut their legs. And as the rule is, whatever the silly the idea is, nobody should criticize or condemn. So it was written, cut the legs of the employees. Okay. Then many ideas came, and after that the session got over. After the brainstorming session is there, they cross fertilize these ideas. What does it mean? Cross fertilization means make the idea suitable practically. Like cutting the legs is not possible, it is not legally okay. But then they say that let us make it, how to make it possible and practical. Then they say that these operations need only the hand movements. The leg movements are not very important. Can we take physically handicapped people? In fact, there lied the problems, solutions. There lied the solutions to the problem. So brainstorming is also very useful. But what is the crux of the brainstorming session? Imagine, allow imagination to come and improve upon it. Create, innovate, have knowledge, have all this and make it practical. Initially itself, don't kill it, don't shoot it saying that it's not practical. If you shoot it, other ideas won't come. So imagination is very powerful tool. Second one is Archimedes, is a great mathematician. There was a king in Hero and he had a crown, golden crown. He had a doubt whether the golden crown was fully made of gold or there is some silver alloy to that. He was having a suspicion with the goldsmith. He wanted to check whether the crown is full of gold only, made of gold only. Then he looked for ways, because the crown shape is very odd shape. To know whether it is gold or not, the density of gold. The density of gold is 17 gram per cubic centimeter. Actually ranging from 15 to 19. And the density of silver is around 10.5. So if we can measure the density of the crown, then the problem would be solved. But very difficult, because density, the formula is mass or weight upon volume. Mass or weight, you can measure it in a physical balance. But how do you find the volume of a odd-shaped crown? It's a big challenge. They call Archimedes, greatest mathematician available that time. Then he was breaking his head. He started imagining. Then he let go. In imagination also, we have to relax and let go. Incubate. The idea is to incubate. Then he went into the bathtub. He was immersing his body into the bathtub. Then the volume of water dispersed out of the bathtub, he understood that equal to the volume of his body. Because the specific density of water is equal to 1. That means mass is equal to volume. So then using this idea, then he immersed the golden crown, collected the volume of water, so he got the volume of gold. So he already measured the weight. So weight divided by volume, he found out that the density was less. So there was a mixture of the silver. Then the goldsmith was punished. That's a different issue. What I'm saying, this imagination is very useful area like this. Now we have seen so far the introduction, the definition, then the third one is methodology, and fourth one is research finding. In the University of Chicago, they had 3 groups of people. Group A, Group B, Group C. The Group A, there were 10 people in all the groups. Group A, they asked all the players to play basketball, physically practice every day for an hour. Group B, they said that don't practice, no need of practice, just idle around. Group C, no physical practice, but imagine as though you are practicing. You are moving around, putting the ball in the basket, everything. After 1 month, they saw the improvement. Group A, where people were physically practicing, because practice makes perfect, practice make progress. 24% improvement was there. Group B, there is no question because they never played. Group C, though they were not even touching the ball physically, the improvement is as good as 24%. To be precise, it is 23%. This is the power of imagination. Similarly, there one more research conducted. They were taken to a remote place. 8 people were taken to a remote place. And there is no mirror in the place. And all the setting inside the place was 20 years earlier. Now if it is 2024, the setting was as though it is 2004. Everything, you see the item, everything, the setup was like this. So the people were conditioned to believe or imagine as though they were living 20 years back. After a month, the before and after, their physical indicators are checked. And before and after, they find a very good improvement in their health, their appearance, physical appearance, and they were as though becoming young by 20 years. See the power of imagination. The power of placebo. You can, in the medicinal world, they use something and say that this is a very powerful medicine. It happened to me. I used this placebo in my own family. My mother, once she had a severe stomach problem, and we were in the midst of marriage, and we could not take her to the doctor. Then that time I was having calcium Sandoz. My mother was not knowing that. I told that this is a very, very strong medicine, because my mother was having loose motion. But if you take it, one problem will be there. You will not go to toilet for 2 days. Is it okay with you? She says, absolutely fine. I gave calcium sandwich and I asked her to drink with water so that she will not have the taste of it. You won't believe 2 days she didn't go to toilet. This is the power of imagination, So we saw now, and similarly, that is Roger Bannister, a sprinter. In 1954, he was a sprinter. Nobody crossed that 1 mile less than 4 minutes running. He is the first one to break it. How? He did it mentally. Then after him, people have broke that record also. So this shows that the research finding, these are all the research finding, it is not my own. Okay. Now the fifth point, very important point, is benefits. Because imagination plays a very, very vital role in our life. Imagination teaches us to start everything keeping the end in mind. We know what we want, what is our purpose of life, so that we are always on the track and we are happy, we are fulfilled all the time. And imagination pulls people out of depression because they are imagining as though whatever they wanted is already achieved. And other psychological condition also, they come out. It has been used and very, very successfully it has been practiced. Because it removes the fear factor, and changes our view of life. Because everything is possible in imagination. Okay? Then imagination supports education. In education, imagination is very, very important tool. So children learns to look at things differently. Okay? Right from the very young age. I'll give you an example. Because most of the time the teacher expected a standard reply to a question. Any other reply, they won't accept it. In a classroom, a teacher came and showed a barometer. The barometer measures the atmospheric pressure. If you measure the atmospheric pressure in two different places, then based on the differences, you can measure even the height of a building, the barometer. So she asked a question to the students, using this barometer, how will you measure the height of the building? It's a very tall building. She was expected that people would say that I will measure the atmospheric pressure at the ground level, go to the terrace, measure the atmospheric pressure and find the difference. Based on that, use the formula and measure the height. But the classroom students were being imaginative. They gave all the answer other than this, deliberately, to make it say that it is possible. One person say that I will tie this barometer in a string, go to the terrace, and when the parameter touches that ground, then I will mark it in that thread and measure the length. Other person said that I'll keep the barometer against the wall and put a mark and keep it again. Then the length of the barometer multiplied by so many marks, I'll do that. Some other person said that I'll give this barometer to somebody else, he will measure it. So whatever the standard answer we expect, the student gave. But unfortunately, our education system gives answer only to the expected, determined, predetermined. But that kills imagination, correct? So imagination is very useful in learning and teaching. Imagination gives self-assurance because you know you can achieve everything. Because you can solve all the problems in the imaginary world, okay? So then they know their capabilities. It gives a lot of confidence. In the imaginary world, you can achieve everything. So you are so much confident about your capabilities. So knowledge is limited, imagination is limitless. That's the greatest benefit. Whether we are capable of imagining, whatever we are capable of imagining, the probability of achieving it in the real life is very, very high. If you do it very well, so the probability is very, very high. So imagination activates curiosity. That is very important for learning, irrespective of your age. If you want to learn anything, curiosity is very, very important. Psychologist views curiosity as a life force. Very important to happiness. Curious people are always happy. They want to know. Then what? After what? Intellectual growth, curiosity is required. Well-being also, curiosity is required. So learning begins with the curiosity. Our kids are innately curious. They are blessed with curiosity. Only as a parents we should encourage it. We should not curb it. When the children ask so many questions, we should not put them down. Keep quiet and do the mathematics, do the homework. They ask why this is so, why sky is blue, and what is the height of this from here, what is the distance between earth and moon. All this question, why sun is rising in the east. They all ask this question. If we don't know, admit it, learn it and tell them. But we tell them, no, you better do your homework. We put them down. And curiosity is the ability to ask questions. We should encourage people to ask meaningful questions. But all questions are meaningful if you have a right attitude. Okay? Challenge our beliefs and conditioning. Be open to learn more things. Otherwise, we are always conditioned. We see the world based on our past. It's like driving the car looking at the rear view mirror. How will you like it? Instead of seeing the windshield, you drive the car looking at the rear view mirror. Then curiosity develops the capability to listen. Because when you're curious, somebody is giving you some answer, you would like to listen to that. Okay? So how can we encourage our kids to develop this beautiful quality, curiosity? Triple E. Triple E means expose them to the new opportunities. Take them to different exhibitions, okay, melas, okay, and opportunities in the environment, zoo, various places, waterfalls, nature, science exhibition, okay, planetary, okay, and assist them in exploring the ones that spark the interest. Help them to find their own interest, where they are very much attracted to. You watch and ask them questions and help them, okay? And encourage them to pursue their interest. So first one is expose them to new opportunities, new environment. Second thing is explore that area of their interest. Third one is encourage them to continue or pursue wherever the interest is. Now the last but not the least, the conclusion. So our imagination is the beginning of everything we can achieve. If you want to achieve anything and everything, imagination is the beginning. Without imagination, it is not done, whether you are aware, whether you accept it or not. So start setting aside at least 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, 5 minutes before you get out of the bed. Relax and imagine very clearly, repeatedly. Take one or two things what you want rather than taking cluster of things, and visualize them. As you clearly visualize them, okay, you don't have to say anything mentally. See them as a picture. Visualization is very powerful than auto suggestions. So you should visualize them as though you have achieved. Use your sense organs to perceive your imagination as though it has been realized right now. See it very vividly. Do it time and again. Then what will happen? You will get some energy to be creative. Then you will acquire appropriate knowledge and you will achieve that. Okay. So 5 minutes in the morning before you get out of the bed, 5 minutes in the night before you go to sleep. These two times. Repetition makes visualization perfect and clearer. Okay. So imagining what your life could look like if you make full use of your imagination. If you can make full use of your imagination, imagine what your life will look like. Okay? And your imagination power, every day, as you do it time and again, it will increase. Okay? So you will achieve miracles. I am telling you that. Then your outlook will change about yourself and the people around. You will start looking at everything as positively. You will start helping people. You will start sharing this knowledge with others. So let us start making the use of the great power we are gifted with. Thank you very much. Start imagining. Use this rule. If you feel that I can be of any help to make it more clearer to you, feel free to talk to me and share the benefits and share this video to the like-minded people. Thank you very much. Have great imagination.